Well, this is episode 2. Am I even recording? This is episode 2 of the square body build. It's really episode 1 to you because the first episode got deleted by YouTube. So there's no way for me to re-upload it. It's just gone, which sucks, but probably a good thing. In the first episode that I made, we tackled the new distributor, which I know you see is not in. There's a reason for that. And we tackled ripping out the old wiring harness and putting the new one in. Episode 1 was kind of a waste anyways. I put the distributor into a forward firing order. I told myself not to do it, and I think I was just thinking forward. Ford
builds tough trucks, but we also build long-term relationships.
I realized it one morning when I woke up at 3 a.m. I took the video down so I could edit that part out and put it in the right way. Well, then I go back to put it in, and I go to turn the motor over to watch number 1, and the motor was locked up.
Why?
Now, this was during the Arctic cold and all of that. I'm guessing that had a reason to do with it, because it was perfectly fine, and I never started the truck or did any cranking when the distributor was in the wrong firing order. I knew that I didn't mess something up on my part. I kind of figured something binded in the clutch. Well, I come out today to finally start working on this truck now, a month later, and I go to start turning the motor over, which I just checked last week again. I could only get a 1/4 inch of play out of it. The thing spins now.
With a better reaction time, blows the body off of it.
So right here hanging on the wall, you can see this old wiring harness, and this is what I took out of the truck. I need some of these connections. You always want to keep that kind of stuff. Here coming out of the firewall, this is our main front compartment harness segment. I don't really want to get too crazy with this at first. A lot of this harness should be run with the front fenders on and at least the radiator to wrap around and get covered what we need to. There's a lot more to this harness. So down there in that box, I still have a lot of stuff to hook up. Ta-da! Look at everything I gotta do. So I do have the dash pretty torn apart right now to get all the old stuff unhooked and obviously to get this new junk put in. But you can see right there is our new fuse box and all the other legs we gotta run. This is the Camaro headliner. We are actively working on that right now. Just dropped a video on this car. Bunch of updates, bunch of new stuff. But we do need to take a peek inside this bed. I noticed the other day there was some more stuff in the bed than I thought there was. Every time I look at this truck, it's kind of like Christmas morning.
See what Dawson got for Christmas from Santa.
So I'm gonna stick you up there on the roof so you can get that aerial view. So we got a little bit of a tin can effect right there. Right there. So we do have a crap ton of stuff in this bed. Brand new wheel wells. I see a starter, a water pump. Looks like brake fluid reservoir, additional manifold, an AC compressor. Yeah, I don't know where to start. Now what would be nice is to take all this stuff out of the bed and lay it out and really look. But we don't have that luxury. Right here's the grill. I do see that. I do kind of want to get that out of the bed. I don't want to break it. Right there are the front fenders. Down below, empty can of degreaser, oil dipstick. Really gotta watch where you're stepping in here. What is in this box? Are you ready? An empty water bottle. The top side of a box with a hole in it. See? I'm really hoping there'd be like a brand new supercharger in there or something. Oops. Here's our grill. Look at that, we got the nice camo wrap. I'll be taking that off. That's a pretty nice grill. That will look really sharp. Get this out so we can protect it and make sure that I don't break it. Like that. Another empty can of degreaser. That was an adventure. So while this motor is not locked up, you should probably drop the distributor in and do a valve adjustment quick. Do the same thing, adjust the valves with the EOIC method. Just like I did the Camaro. If you watched that video, that was a couple weeks ago. I'll be dropping the distributor into the number 1 on a Chevy big block, not the number 1 on a Ford. You live and you learn. It was an honest mistake. I'm sorry. So we need to get top dead center on the compression stroke. Drop the distributor in with the rotor facing right here. We're probably gonna go with a little bit of initial timing. We'll probably go 1 notch this way. Hopefully you can see in my little endoscope. That is the top of the piston right there. You can see the wall. Just gonna look, yep, see that mark right there in that corner? That is basically where the piston stops at. So I know if I go to that, that's pretty much TDC. So that is the end of the exhaust stroke. I can see my exhaust valve closing. Now the piston's gonna come down on the intake. Intake valve still open. It closes, and the piston's gonna come back up on the compression. Go until, oh, right there is probably pretty close to TDC. Right there, I felt my dead spot. That's good, that's where we need to be. Distributor, new gasket. Need to pull this cap back off. This is necessary, this long handle flathead screwdriver, because we will probably need to turn the oil pump down there. Oh, I didn't think that through. They say the best thing to do is vacuum advance, point towards the passenger side headlights. We're gonna listen to that. So we want to keep an eye on this. We want this rotor to face our number 1 cylinder. So see how I drop that in, those gears are helicoils. Can't tell my rotor is facing over here at my number 2. So we're gonna, that is it. Look at me, I'm a master. I never mess this up. Now we're gonna get to adjusting the valves. I'm gonna knock that out quick so we can get these valve covers back on. So I'm not getting a bunch of crap down here. So I went through and separated this harness. This is the one coming out of the firewall. Obviously, I don't know why I told you that. This is for the windshield wiper input. Just went down through and kept breaking it up where they pop out. So this is like my ignition wire, tach, oil pressure, water temp. This is my horn. These are like high beam, low beam, turn signals, all of that. This is actually gonna go like this. We'll wrap around this top, and that's where these will drop down, go to the starter, coil, all that jazz, horn, and these will wrap in. I'm gonna wrap it in some of the oil for a while, make it look a lot better, a lot cleaner. I want to protect it right there in that firewall. I probably want to mount that fuse box too. Now I'm kind of thinking, hey, let's throw this front end back on. In order to start it, I kind of need this all hooked up, and I want to run it right, like I said. And I'm itching to just get this front end on so it looks like a real square body again. This is the order I'm kind of thinking. Front end, wiring harness, and then we'll drop back in the dash and finish that up. But first, before I put this front end back on, I do need to go over the long tubes, make sure everything is tight, and I need to put the spark plugs back in. I want to test them first because I have got screwed before.
Oh, you got to be kidding with that.
If you don't have one of these testers, I really recommend you get one. They are pretty nice. Drop your plugs in there, turn it right in, and you can go from 500 to 6,000 RPMs. Watch your spark, adjust your gap, so on and so forth. So there's no other way to really say it. We do have up front here, that bolt is snapped off into the block, and I'm just not gonna let it go. If it was somewhere else, like in the middle, sometimes you can get away with it, but out front on this edge, I mean, that's a pretty important spot. Really don't want to go to sell this thing and it gets a bad exhaust leak and sounds like crap. So we're gonna do the right thing and fix it. doesn't come back and bite me later. Whenever you're faced with a decision, the hardest path is usually the right one. Write that one down. That's a good life lesson. And this is why you always rip out the frickin' AC, because it takes up way too much room. And what do you need AC for? You have your windows down because you want to hear your exhaust. But I'm gonna keep it in this time. At least I think so. I'm not promising it. So if I took my Sawzall, I could cut right down, just hack it right. Did put that dipstick in, and we do have nice, clean, fresh oil in the motor. So that is a good sign. Right there up front, you can see that bolt is snapped off. They attempted to drill it out and they just couldn't get it. It looks like there might be an extractor stuck up there, which that's really gonna suck. Situations like these are never fun. I did not want to do this because I knew this was probably gonna take up a decent bit of my time, but I have a lot of experience doing this, so hopefully I can kick it right in the butt. I don't know if you can really see the difference, but now you can actually see up in there. I was able to get that end of that drill bit or extractor, whatever it was, out. I just took a real small drill bit and just 2 picks, and I just kept working them. I think I might try to actually drill it a little wider. It's pretty deep. Now everything's good. Probably can't really judge the depth, but that old bolt actually fell out. So we're actually just going to put a helicoil in. So I am going to step up just barely any, ream that out, and then we'll thread it up, put the helicoil on, and we'll be good. There we have our new helicoil. Original bolts fit right into it perfectly. Well, this is definitely starting to get interesting. This is kind of going to suck, because now I am lengthening my truck, which barely fits in my shop already. So what I'm thinking is basically setting this here, and obviously I'm going to need bushings below this, which I have. Go through what kind of hardware I'm probably looking at to get this to hang. This is an 85 front clip. This is not a 79 front clip, even though the truck is a 79. This thing is rusty down below, but it's honestly just surface rust. There isn't hardly any rot on this, which is actually pretty impressive. The only other thing is I'm not really seeing how this is going to bolt up exactly, going off of how the Camaro is. And I don't really see how this thing bolts up. Just a little bit retarded, but I figured it out now. I just pulled out this box and over here out of the cab, and we need to go through it. Right there, they might be it. We have a rubber right there. That's definitely a mount for something. So we do have a couple bags labeled. So that's power steering bracket, clutch assembly, body mount bolts, AC pump, alternator bracket, passenger side fender. Definitely looking for that. Bumper, battery. We have 1 bolt in there. Driver side fender. Look at that. It's turning up. Electrical taste. Now I have this box of miscellaneous different sizes. These are actually for frame mounts. I definitely want to go small, something like that. So this is what we're working with. I'm probably going to set them underneath for now just to look at it, look at the height wise real quick. So that gives us our clearance we need. Stay. So these are the bolts I decided to go with. We'll do this at the top, then we'll have a washer lock washer, and a nut. This is now mounted, I would say. I don't have it squished down because I want to be able to kind of move it when we connect these fenders. Now we're going to go to putting one of these fenders on. Now the smart side would be this side because I don't really have to worry about hitting anything. And this fender is pretty shot, needs a new one.
The Lamborghini.
The other side's perfect. It's pretty much brand new, it looks like. We're going to mount this side, that way we can figure out what needs to go where before I go on this side and try to mount that and risk banging up the Camaro. That side is connected. Don't have some of the bolts at the top yet, but that don't matter. I did end up shimming that panel. I will show you that later. I just couldn't help myself. I just don't want the gaps to look that bad because I'll probably drive around like this a little bit. So we'll get this really nice, good fender hung, and then we'll put this grill on. We'll see what she looks like. Now this is not lining up at all. I was hoping to get this top one connected. I really don't want to let go of this fender. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Work with me. Please do not hit my Camaro. Please stay. Please. Do this nice and slow. Come on. That just scared the crap out of me. Oh, God. I don't know. This is not a good situation to be in. This is making me highly uncomfortable. I mean, if this hits this car, I'm going to cry.
Oh, don't cry, are you?
And I'm going to have to shut the phone off because I don't really want you to see that. Oh, all right, we're not connected anymore. Thanks. Oh, please. Oh, my God. Tighten. Is that 9/16? That's half inch. You idiot. Okay, we no longer have to worry about it falling off. You guys can get off the edge of your seat now. No, don't get up. You're fine where you are. It's all right. I'll get it. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh. Definitely underestimated our rad mount rubbers. They are not even close to big enough. And I could almost go through here. It's not a good idea. Oh. It's officially a truck now. Just look at this. Wow, that looks awesome. So these bushings are not near long enough. We need about 3 more of them if we were gonna go with that height. But that's not a problem, I got bigger ones. So we're gonna have to redo that. All right, so I got these headlight buckets in. Let's hang this bottom piece right here, and that'll finish it up till we get that bumper. So that's probably it for today's video. Go ahead, like and subscribe, because chances are, next video, this thing's gonna be running. You don't wanna miss it. King of Kings Garage, and thank you. Watch my step. All the places I could have picked to do that, I had to do there.